Hey, what's up, everybody? So there was a patch that went out this morning. I'm going to give you the real quick and dirty because I have to get to a meeting in about 30 minutes. Hopefully you guys can see everything that's on the screen. This is just off of the Discord. All I did was kind of shrink it up a little bit so that, you know, it wasn't as expansive or whatever. SDF put out a patch. I'll save you an awful lot of the bug fixes and whatnot. The big stuff, Fighter's breakthrough duration is 10 to 12 seconds and 7 additional move speed. This is actually huge. Breakthrough negates the ability to be slowed. So if you're up against like Frostbolt wizards or barbarians or other fighters or rangers with spears or leg shot or any damage that you're taking on the melee side that otherwise would slow you down, you can run directly through all of that stuff. You do not feel the effect of being slowed for 12 seconds. Having additional move speed also means that you're going to kind of wreck stuff. Adrenaline Rush got a move speed bonus of 5%. On the back end, when Adrenaline Rush wears off, the penalty to movement is 4%. It lasts for 8 seconds. It's pretty good. Taunt duration increased 8 to 10 seconds. PDR MDR bonus increased from 10 to 12. Okay, Slam got increased by 20 points of damage and lasts. The slow duration applied is 2 to 3 seconds. Spell Reflection is now 5 seconds and a 5% MDR while active. Adrenaline Rush and Breakthrough were the big ones here. Barbarian Blood Exchange now works with damage dealt rather than maximum health. That means that on the side of like Hatchet using Barb, it went from you're healing 15 to 20 HP on hit for 150 to 200 HP Barb. Now you're hitting for somewhere closer to like getting 8 health per hit on a Hatchet, somewhere around there. Not nearly as good. Kind of get a big heal off of two-handed damage. It definitely nerfed Barbs. I think it was necessary. The Hatchet stuff was kind of over the top. This kind of brings them back into line. They still do crazy damage. They can still wreck people, but it's just not as strong as it was. Rogue versus Barb in a heads-up fight. Rogue tends to win those battles now. Rogue Smoke Pot 3 to 2 and Caltrops 4 to 3, and they both refill at a campfire. Judgment cast speed went from 1.25 to 1 second. Rest and Campfire now restores skills cooldown per tick, respectively. So when you rest at a campfire, if you have a long cooldown, like a sorcerer casting like Stone Golem, that comes back quicker. Horseman's Axe and a Hatchet got updated. The way that it works now is the lower the grade of the weapon, it got bonus damage. So a gray hatchet got 2 extra damage on top of what it was. Scaling down to a no change for green. Purple, blue and purple went from what they were to -1 and then -2. It's -3 damage for legendary, and then artifact is -4 from what it used to be. Okay, so more damage on the low end, way less damage on the high end. Biggest changes are the removal of the base kit gear score bracket. It's now 0 to 124 instead of 24 and under, and then 124 and under. Okay, now it's just 0 to 124, and then 125 plus is HR. So you can't do normals above a 124 gear score. Okay, rookie matchmaking system for all modes and dungeons. The rookie matchmaking system, I have no idea how that works. SDF has not told me. They have not told anyone else. I've asked the question to see if he will answer it, but as of now, we don't know what rookie means. Random dungeon system has been applied to the Inferno. So much like how Crypts works, it's a covered up minimap that you explore, gets opened up as you walk through different areas. The map is now RNG manufactured. The modules are all kind of jumbled up. They're all in different order, which also means that you have to go and hunt for portals and for the boss room. So I would highly recommend going and finding a portal first before you venture off anywhere else, because it takes a little while to clear that, especially if you're only going to be at like 125 GS, especially if you don't know really what you're doing. The stairs in the Inferno River module have been changed to ramps. So the Inferno River is Blood River. It's the one where there's kind of like a horseshoe, and then with like an arrow kind of going through it. Almost looks like a bow and arrow. At the one end of it, at the tip of it, there's a portal spawn and 2 dogs and 2 bats that spawn there. And then it goes through like there's like the Blood River on the underside, and then there's a centaur in the back with a res shrine, a bat that hangs from the ceiling when it's in HR only, and then there's like crossbowmen and skeletons and stuff kind of strewn about a bridge that goes over that underside like walkway. On the 2 sides where the 2 spawn rooms are, there is a bridge, or there were like a set of like larger steps. They were like kind of like drop down steps that went into like the Blood River. That is no longer the case. It is now like a long stairway, like ramp kind of looking deal, which means that you can't like just like cheese as effectively like the dogs and stuff that you used to be able to do. There is still cheese there. There's like these like stony like tentacle deals that kind of like come up out of the blood or whatever. You can still jump up on top of those and do DPS and stuff. You just can't cheese it as easily with the drop downs. So they eliminated some cheese in that module, and that's pretty much it for that. You can put memcap and memcap bonus on with the socket system. Warlord rank for arena Arena starts on the 24th of January, in about a week, so you can get in there and kind of practice. They did say that they're going to reset everyone's MMR. They reset it already once, just for like this little practice run, but they're resetting it again. Also added a ranger skill called Purge Shot. Purge Shot removes one buff from the target when it hits. It can be applied as a buff for you, and then you can use multi-shot after, which would send out 2, 3, or 4 arrows depending on the weapon that you're using. So you have the capability, if you're using like a survival bow, to remove up to 4 debuffs. Studded Wyvern Leather crafted item. That's made from the Wyvern hide, a studded leather, a blue studded leather, and then 3 of the tufts of fur that you get, the white blue quality ones that you get off of wolves, and I think like 50 gold. That makes this craft like 30k. I don't know if it's worth it. It gives decent armor, gives 25 magic resist. It's minus 12 move speed, and then I think it's 3 strength, 3 vigor, and 1.5% action speed with 4 random rolls. So it's a decent epic. It's a good epic, but it's a lot of money to make, and it does have that like bluish color to it, like you see with like the Frostlight armors. Improved arena MMR calculation, improved flow when exiting a dungeon, and they added a Druid Lifebloom aura perk. And the hatchet attack animation was changed slightly, but whatever. Okay, so the Druid perk Lifebloom aura. The way that this works is it adds 2 healing to every heal that occurs within the radius of, like a 5-meter radius of the Druid. And it's 2 additional heal flat to every HP gain instance that is caused by like a spell. That includes warlocks casting curses on targets if they're within the aura of the druid when it happens. And it also includes the druid's healing aura that instead of doing 1 HP will now do 3 because of that additional bit. It doesn't scale with magic power or magic healing or anything of the like, but what it does do is it applies that extra healing per tick of every heal over time ability that druids have. So if you are doing like multiple hots, and it basically makes like the tier 1 heal of a druid go from doing 15 health base to doing like 40 health base just because you had the aura going. It also means that with magic heal stacking, you can do a significant amount of healing in a pretty short amount of time. It also disables the ability to shapeshift, so you can't shapeshift. I tested this out today, went into arena, and druid backline healing is kind of awesome. And the stuff that you can do using the 9 spells that druids has by using 2 spell wheels instead, by using the thorny fence, and by using the golem, you have the ability to do a lot of mix-ups and a lot of locking out of other players, like kind of messing up their movement, and then go in with something like a Spear of Rot and kind of clean up. You do really, really well with that, especially if you can pre-stack the hots on yourself or your teammates or whatever. This, plus the healing over time, plus the ability to give somebody augment with like Tree of Life and give them 5 all and like some plus health, and the 40 recoverable health is pretty nasty. But it's strong, but it's not OP. Warlocks are going to have a hard time trying to beat a druid that's hot stacking with just the curses, because the curses aren't going to do anything now. The curses just get completely negated because the druid just can out heal them with their own heal over time abilities. It's kind of ridiculous. So you end up just in a melee battle with the warlock. Warlock won't be able to keep up. Warlock typically loses to a healing centric druid. Other matchups though seem pretty fair. Druid tries to keep range, tries to do a lot of CC work. Druid gets caught, Druid dies. It's typically how it goes. But you can do an awful lot of really cool backline shit with a Druid now, and to the point where you don't need a Cleric. So it's another backline option that's really, really strong and completely upends the meta. And the fact that you can't shapeshift kind of takes away the whole like engage, disengage thing that druids have. And it just like, it was cool. Like I played it for hours today and I actually really, really enjoyed it. So if you haven't tried it, give it a shot. I think it'll be fun. Last but not least, there is a bug with druids though. There's another patch that's coming. The way that the bug works, okay, just so that you guys are warned, is you can drink a health pot as a druid if you are on low life. If you shift into rat form, the health pot basically heals the druid to full almost instantly from the heal ticks, and then you go from rat form into whatever else and you're at full health because it's all percentage based. That has to get fixed. It's not fixed. So if you see a shape-shifting druid that suddenly starts drinking a health potion because the fight was going your way or whatever, just fucking leave, because you're probably just gonna die. All right? That's pretty much everything with the patch. So hopefully you guys don't mind that I just rambled there. I know it's not the same as the format that I've been doing for the last couple, but that's basically everything. I just didn't have time to write up a whole script and like read it all and try to make it silly. All right. I'll send this off to Saint. He'll get it up for you guys. You can check it out. Looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Come by the stream. I'll be live probably around 6 a.m. Eastern. You can come check it out over twitch.tv/Onepeg. Otherwise, maybe sub the channel here because that would be dope. And if neither one of those works for you, then I suppose I will see you in the next video. All right. Thank you for lending me your eyeballs, everybody. Love you all. Peace.